Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Conan Exiles. This is a little different video in the sense that this is a little bit of a response to some of the comments I have had in my videos of this particular Let's Play, so I figure let's show all of these folks, all of you fine people out there, all you awesome folks who watch this stuff and play the game yourself and so on, that you really don't need the best gear. In this game you really can just do basically everything by using the gear you actually want to use. You don't need the best stuff. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So I have two different sets of gear right here, as you can tell. One of them is made by a tier 4 blacksmith. 5% strength weapon damage, 49 armor. If I compare it to this one, which is not made by any blacksmith, this is basic here with no blacksmith involved. That's 15 points more armor and 2% more strength weapon damage. And that goes across this entire set. So I'm going to take this weaker set from here. This is medium armor, Khitan Captain armor. I really love that armor. I love the way it looks and so on. And it comes from a DLC. Anyway. Same thing with weapon here. 49 and 9%. 40 and 8. I will take this worst version of the pike. 36 and 24, 5, 34 and 24. This all setup. This is just ancient pike, available at level 50. This is available at level 47, I like to say. And this stuff is available as well, when you unlock DLC, this stuff is available at level 10. So basically, all you need is level 50 to get this entire setup, and you can even do, you know, worse stuff if you want. And that's that. Now let's go kill the scorpion boss, which is near my base anyway. I will, you know, put a little cut here while I run. Oh, right, yes. Before I start, couple things. I am using salted pork for food. This stuff, the recipe is easy to get. The stuff is really easy to make. So on. And also, this is the build. This could be 20 vitality if wanted. I just prefer the 5 expertise for a little bit of carry capacity increase. So there is that. There is that. Yeah. Let's whack a scorpion boss. Hi there, come over here, let's fight. Now, are there tougher bosses than the scorpion boss in the game? Absolutely. Absolutely there are tougher bosses than the scorpion boss in this game. However, there are bosses which will eat me alive for using this particular gear set. With basically one-shotting me. Like, let's say, the Red Dragon or Red Mother in the unnamed city. I did not dodge that. Well, that's fine. But yeah. And this is going to take a while. This is absolutely going to take a while. Because of, you know... However, this is absolutely doable, as you can tell. I'm just mostly waiting for it to try and do the... There it is. And now we drink while it is doing its chase thing. And that's your stab. There is the spin attack. Is this time consuming? Is this difficult? No, it is not difficult. As you can tell, this is not difficult. Pike is probably the worst weapon for just pure PvE. It doesn't have enough damage value. It does not have enough armor penetration when you compare it to the two-handed hammer or a one-handed mace, anything of the sort. However, I love the pike. I just absolutely love the pike in this game. Absolutely do. So, I have spent most of my time in this game playing with the pike. I am really, really bloody good with the pike. And this kind of combat I am completely fine with. I don't need to do, as I've mentioned in previous videos, if you have seen me do combat in previous videos as well, I don't need I do not, absolutely do not need to do combos or anything of the sort. There is the spin attack. All I have to do is just poke it one by one, and it is very much dead. Now, yeah. As I said, there will be bosses which will eat me alive. For example, if I go and try to fight the red dragon spin attack will likely kill me in one hit. I actually don't know that for certain, but I believe it does. Anyway. Point being, if you are looking at this combat, that yes, you absolutely do not need the best gear. Oop, I missed. Use the gear you want to use and get your tier 4 armors and blacksmiths and whatnot, but stuff like hey, you should have this and that weapon tinkering thing attached into your weapon or armor. Nope. Completely utterly unnecessary. Completely utterly unnecessary. Like, yeah, that stuff will make you kill bosses and stuff faster. Just a little bit faster. It might be like half a minute or a minute faster, right? Overall. But it really isn't necessary. I did not actually dodge far enough to get out of the way of that thing. And the reason, by the way, why I am bringing the one-handed mace with me as well, is because I always bring a one-handed weapon as well to whatever I am mostly using, and my mostly use pike if I just want to, you know, be effective, because that's my personal preference and love the weapon. The reason I bring the one-handed weapon is that if I have to fight in utter darkness, I want the ability to use a weapon and a torch at the same time. And so I always bring a one-handed weapon. Now I was far enough. But yeah. Thanks to the new stamina system, these boss fights are so much easier. I'm kind of tempted to go and actually fight the red dragon, but I know for a... I know for a 99% fact that with this particular armor set and you know, and such, it will one-shot me with the spin attack. Ow! Okay, I did not see that coming. Yeah, I'm using a few healing potions here. Mostly because I am not actually being careful, I am talking about random stuff and whatnot. Yeah, which is fine. There we go. Could I do more combos? Absolutely. Absolutely I could try and do more combos. However, I would prefer to ensure that I stay alive. So I am going to use the hell out of this rolling thrust to get absolutely free attacks and have enough stamina to be able to do everything. As in, to dodge as much as possible. And there you have it. That would be one piece of a scorpion boss. Right? Granted, the fight took a while. Obviously it did. I am not using very good gear. I'm using gear that is available to you at level 50. Level 50, because at level 50 you get this ancient pike. But, I mean, you could do this with a freaking iron spear. If you wanted to. This armor set is available with making by iron at level 10. You could do this with an iron spear. It would take a while, but you can absolutely do it if you just want to, you know, do it. I got hit by a couple times. If you play a little more careful and you do, you know, just take your time, don't get hit at all, then the fact that you come here at, like, for example, level 10 to kill this boss, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, right? Granted, it will take even longer because you won't have 20 strength and 20 agility and so on to toss around, but you really don't need the high-end best gear around at all. You know what? Let me show another thing here as well when it comes to this stuff. Let me run back home and show exactly what I mean. Okay. So see this guy here. He's a Stygian fighter too. Now if I look at him, he has a gear made by the, you know, basic blacksmithing station with no actual blacksmith in it. Absolutely basic set of Hyperborean slaver outfit with no enhancements at all. The same with the very basic level of ancient mace. He has a stack of gruel for food. And I am here in this sort of gear. I am just in Vanir settler outfit. I have an ancient bow and my ancient pike and some basic food and whatnot. And I am mostly in a what I would consider a farming build. Like you can go down here or 5 points down here or 5 points down here and go all the way to Beast of Burden here to be able to, you know, really farm. But this is, you know, 20 authority, well trained and whatnot. And this is just a random tier 2 fighter. Stygian fighter 2 from Sepameru, from City of Relic Hunter, whom I did level to 20 for testing purposes while I was, you know, getting a million brimstone anyway. Because these guys level really, really quickly. So, this guy versus the damn Scorpion boss. Okay? He's in basic level gear. This gear here, again, available, I think this stuff is available at level 30. Yeah. It comes from the perk at level 30. And Ancient Mace is level 37. Yeah. Now go kill this thing for me, will you? The reason why I am also in this particular outfit is that I am not... I don't have an outfit on which would increase my follower damage. Like I would normally use. But yeah, he does take a pounding from this. So what I can do is help him out a lot. This is just a random tier 2 fluffing dude who happened, he is level 20, but getting a tier 2 guys to level 20 is not a difficult task. Whether you want to spend your time on that instead of leveling a, you know, Berserker, that's a different thing entirely. However, boss is 1/4 done, and yes, he does take a whole crap load of damage from this, but Seth will grant me cunning. I mean, Seth will grant you all sorts of things if you ask nicely. Then again, if you don't ask nicely, then there is the chance of, you know, being very much dead. And if I add this little bit of archery bow damage of mine into this particular set here, even this guy fights this boss to the death. Now, are there bosses which will absolutely melt this guy? Oh yeah, there are. You take this guy to fight Red Mother, he's going to be dead. You take this guy to fight Arena Champion, he's going to be dead. Well, then again, most thralls will be dead, very much dead against the Arena Champion. And so on, so that is like... Yeah, absolutely will die to the Arena Champion. However...
My bite is death.
Will he do fine against random bosses and other random creatures in the world? Yes. Absolutely he will. He's just peachy.
Like the Cobra Exile, my bite is death. We'll cut your heart out.
Like, yeah, like if you look at his health, he's taking an absolute pounding from this boss, and without me here, he would absolutely die.
So do I.
But if I put him in any kind of a little bit better gear, at all better gear, he eats this boss for lunch every time. If I put myself, equip the follower damage gear for myself, he absolutely eats this boss alive. And even now, with me just peppering some arrows into the boss, I went through 82 arrows here. With me just peppering some arrows into him, he still kills the damn boss. So, do you need the very end game gear and all sorts of random, you know, tinkering bench patches attached to your armor and weapons? Absolutely not. You don't. You don't. You bring the gear you actually like to use, the gear you want to use, and use it enough to be good with it. And, you know, then go out there and do all the things you want to do. And stuff like Fighter 2s, Fighter 2s are just fine. I mean, Fighter 1s are very debatable, and even to an extent you can very much argue against Fighter 2s, but I mean, this was still a 3-skull boss. It is not the toughest 3-skull boss in this game at all, but it's still a 3-skull boss. This guy will take all the basic creatures in the world just fine. Just fine. Anyway, hopefully this video was educational for you. Hopefully you learned new things. If you didn't, then that's awesome. And you know, go out there and try stuff out and so on. You really don't need the best gear at all to do things in this game. And final word is that there really is no right or wrong way to play this game. Bring the things you want to bring and have fun. Thank you very much for watching.